to the Marathon Mortgage Happy Hour. I'm Mike Witzak.
I am Rory Farrell,
And I'm Jackie Silva Stewart.
our special guest for the day.
And, well, we have two special guests, actually.
And this is Raisin.
Yes, thank you.
Raisin, he's ready to rock and roll with
Don't
those
you ever
headphones.
forget about Raisin.
This is our first animal guest.
Yeah.
We love it.
And first female.
And
Yes.
first female, that's not
Yes.
on purpose.
That is not on purpose.
We're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, don't bring that. We'll cut that part.
It's gonna be all females. All right. So Jackie actually picked a hard ginger beer
I
today. It's our first ginger beer, our first non-beer beer thing. So we'll see how it goes. I've never had this.
What does that mean? Non-beer beer thing?
Like
What?
we've always done like beer, like
Yeah.
real beer, not ginger beer.
As like a totally different thing. Like
Oh, this is hilarious. You
I
don't know anything.
And by the way, just on camera here, I don't like ginger very much, so I'm gonna be surprised. We'll see how I like
Oh,
this.
poor Jackie.
It doesn't matter.
It's really good for your digestive system.
The more you know.
You've never had like a Moscow Mule or something?
Don't like them.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I don't drink.
What about
them.
ginger ale?
Love ginger ale?
Well, you're
Then
a
you'll
weird guy.
You love ginger ale?
What about ginger in
ginger.
between
Then it's the
sushi?
same thing.
Nah. Like that ginger. Like, there's a different ginger ale is a different taste.
So I actually like ginger gummies and ginger ale, but I don't, and like Moscow mules, but I don't like ginger with my little pieces of ginger
With
with my
sushi?
sushi.
Me neither.
No.
Yeah, I don't like the wasabi either.
Yeah.
I just straight
What are
sushi.
those things you give me in the office
Oh,
all the
yeah,
time?
like the
I'm like I don't
the
love
Trader
them.
Joe's like ginger. They're like dried ginger with sugar on them.
Yeah. I give this to my kids when they have stomach aches.
All right, so
All right, let's
this
do
is
it.
Hallard,
Another Vermont.
another Vermont one. We're just really digging into the Vermont drinks. So let's see here. Where the breeze, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Ginger beer with hibiscus and lime. So it's probably more of a summer drink, but we'll see how it
that
goes.
smells like
Sounds girly.
There you go.
There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh, go over.
Cheers,
Rory.
Raisin.
Thanks
Cheers.
for coming on the pod.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's got like a lot of wine characteristics.
I like it.
Am I supposed to be sniffing or drinking?
No,
I just pretend like I know what I'm talking about here.
no. I pretend like I know what I'm talking about.
Fake
He
it
knows.
till you make it.
Yeah.
Oh, my kids would like this.
It tastes
doesn't
like,
taste like alcohol at all.
no.
It's just sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar, like juicy.
This reminds me of ginger ale.
There you go. No, it's good though. I mean, I could definitely
That's a
have it.
stretch.
Yeah.
It's I can't.
It's got like
quite-
a lot of wine character. You're a wine
Yeah.
drinker though too, right? Like
It has like a sparkling rosé
yeah,
vibe.
huh?
Yeah.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I got that from the nose when I sniffed it.
And what floral fragrances did you get there?
Getting a lot of chamomile in there.
Hibiscus.
It's so funny. All right, well, this might be the last thing that's not a real beer. All right,
Good
cool.
content.
So let's get into it. We're happy to have Jackie on. She's been a big part of our referral partner history here.
Mm-hmm.
We've worked with you, and you've worked with Tom for years now.
Yep.
And you've got exciting things coming for 2024. You got new team, new office,
Mm-hmm.
and let's hear about it. So with realtors, with guests, where did you start? What did you do before this? How did you get into it? And you kind of got like a lineage of realtors in your family.
We
so
do.
let's hear about it. How did you get started, and when did you get started?
Okay, so I got started actually I went to real estate school in September of 2008, so I have impeccable timing.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I just saw the writing on the wall. This is going to be a great year for real estate. So I actually got my MBA in New York, and I moved to Longport, New Jersey for personal reasons, and came down here and really didn't know where to work. Like there was not like a big job market in business.
Where to work in the real estate industry, or just in general?
In general.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I have an MBA. I'm like, well, where am I going to work? There's a lot of small businesses. It's not like a huge job market here, especially at that time. So Jeff and I, my brother, were sitting on the beach one day, and I was bartending with a master's degree in business. And I said, I'm just not really sure what I want to do. I know I want to work hard. I know that I want to be successful. And he said, get into real estate.
Yeah.
Like, you can work as hard as you want. You can put in as much time and effort. There's no ceiling, because I'll never forget. There's no ceiling to how successful you can be. And I love that about it. So I said, okay, great.
And at that point, Jeff was in real estate.
Jeff was in real estate.
For how long?
For about 6 years.
Okay, so he was pretty established at that point. Yeah.
So, 6 years, because he started in 2002. My father was a builder. My mom was a realtor when I was young. So we all kind of like had it in the family for a long time. So I got my real estate license. I started on my own for a little while because I was living in Longport, New Jersey. Jeff was up in Bluebell. So I lasted about 6 months in like the worst recession, the worst real estate market that we had experienced in a very long time. I had no idea what I was doing. I was calling expired listings. And that was really it. So then after a few months, I moved back to Pennsylvania and started working with Jeff.
And you were in
The
Philly
rest
at
is
that point.
history. Yep.
Yeah, and you were there for a decade.
A long time. So about 12 years.
12 years. Yeah.
In Philadelphia? Where
Right
at?
outside. Well, I've lived in Conshohocken,
Okay.
North Wales, Philly,
Okay.
all over Philly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Right.
then we moved to Margate during the pandemic,
Okay.
just like
Gotcha.
everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got out of Philly.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, it had to be just such a different, obviously the 2008 period, but even back then, just such a different market, and your skill set was so different. What was the biggest thing that you learned? What was the biggest thing that you were like, look back, and you're like, man, I can't believe I was doing that, or I can't believe that I made that mistake, or.
So I think that starting at a time like that was really beneficial because one, it taught me that things don't come easy, especially in real estate. So I learned how to grind, and I learned very quickly that you need to put everything in. And my work ethic hasn't changed even when the market shifted and things were getting a lot easier. I was still grinding. So I think it just gave me the background in that.
Yeah.
That's what I always say about him. He started
Yeah. Worst
on the
2
tail
years.
end of the pandemic, where
Worst 2 years for
rates were
loan
coming
officers.
up, and
Yeah.
he didn't. Buyers were still are having a very hard time. And I mean, he's like very impressive for being such a young kid. Sorry, not kid.
Yeah. I'm 12. I'll be
young
13
man.
next month. Yeah.
He's just
He was
very.
like 22, yeah.
Oh, well, that's thanks. Typically, people think I'm older than I
generous.
am. Yeah, that's generous.
But he's very organized. He's very hardworking. He's
Nice.
got that entrepreneurial thing. So having started similar to what you're like, hey, this is going to be hopefully as bad as it gets. So if you start here and you can make it
Exactly.
through, when 15% of our industry is going out the
out.
door, who are
Yeah.
seasoned people going out the door, if you can make it now,
Right.
Yeah.
you can theoretically make it at any point.
Can't go any further down if you start at the bottom. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like I
Exactly.
start there and
And
work my
it
way
might
up.
have even been a little blessing in disguise, because like when you're young, you don't have kids, you don't have that mortgage, you don't
Right.
you can afford to be
Exactly.
a little less successful now. Whereas if we hit that
Right.
with our
Yeah.
we have 2 kids, we have
Two
mortgages,
kids. Yeah. Yeah.
it would be really hard to live
Absolutely.
with
Yeah,
a
for sure.
very very down year. So
Absolutely. And you're able to really put everything in when you don't have a lot of other
That's-
responsibilities.
that's my biggest thing. Yeah, it's like I think with most of my free time, I'm like I'm editing, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing
great.
that. I'm like doing things to grow the business, going to networking things. I think I'm happy where I'm at right now, and I want to do this. But it's like I also at the same time don't know how many more years I have of this. So it's like I want to keep pushing as hard as I can for the time that I have with all this free time. So yeah,
As you should, because once you have kids,
I know. Yeah.
there's no such thing as free time. I
After
just
being
wanna-
around Tom and Rory and Mike, I'm like, I
It's
don't know
so
if
funny.
I'm like, I don't know if
Yeah.
I want kids right now. Like,
Oh,
Well,
no.
right
You
now,
want
no.
them. No, not right now. Not
Yeah.
right now. Enjoy your
I mean, there's some
freedom.
days that we don't want kids right now either.
true.
Yeah.
So we're at a pivotal time, I think, especially with the new year. It's kind of like just that rebirth of, just I'm always thinking about in the beginning of the year, what's this next year going to look like? How are we going to do better than last year? And you guys got some fun things going on in this year. What are you excited for in 2024?
What am I excited for? So,
Or what are you excited to leave behind in 2023?
So we're very much in a transitional phase right now, and I think it's very exciting because we have a lot of history and a lot of experience.
Yeah.
And we are restructuring. We have a new office. We have new
Beautiful
people on
office.
our team. We're really, pushing 2 markets, Greater Philadelphia area, South Jersey Shore, and we're making a big imprint already. So it's just very exciting to be in this kind of like rebirth.
Yeah.
We're just revitalizing what we're doing, and the energy's really good, like really good.
It sounds cheesy, but it's palpable. You walk in here, there's like new people here every time
Yeah.
they come, and it's just like it feels.
You could
Yeah.
definitely feel it, and you can tell. And I think when you're going through transition periods like this, it's tough, obviously, because
Sure.
there's a lot of things that are going on. But it's like you said, very exciting. And I think that's if you weren't motivated before this, it's like, all right, this is a breath of fresh air coming into this new year. It's going to be really hard and it's going to be tough. But once we get through all this stuff, this is like we're going to kill it on the
Yes.
end of this. So You guys are already killing it. I mean, we came in, everybody's like, I told Josh this too on the pod. I'm like, everybody's on their phones, calling, doing things. I'm like, I love this. This is the type of environment like I'm really into. So it's awesome.
Yeah, and you should see our South Philly office. I went there the other day for a closing. I mean, it was buzzing. Like you
you've
would have
been.
thought it was a party.
Yeah. I actually meet up with realtors at La Coloma a lot. So it's like right across the street. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
And
it's good vibes.
I've been to some of the events you guys put on too, actually. Yeah, like open houses and things they've done in the city, and it's always great. So
yeah, we're really excited about it.
yeah,
Nice. So now down the shore, like Punxsutawney Phil. I mean, this is a Pennsylvania thing, but we're gonna have a spring sooner than later.
Good.
Which means summer's coming sooner than later.
I like
what's the environment down here, real estate wise, spring versus summer versus the dead of winter? Because right now it's the dead of winter. You guys can't see. It's pouring rain. It's cold. It's no fun. Which is not how you want Margate Longport to be.
Right. The market's very similar to the greater Philadelphia market. Things pick up usually after the Super Bowl, which we know is like basically in a week.
Yep.
So the people start to look now for summer rentals. We're really buzzing. I just put like 3 summer rentals under contract in the last like week and a half.
Okay.
People are looking for their vacation home now. So the activity will definitely pick up on the buy side. As we go into the spring and summer, even like July, people are down here. They want to look at homes. Things don't really quiet down usually till after Labor Day. So
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
It's exciting to be at the summer. It's exciting to stay busy
Yes.
throughout the summer work-wise. So.
yes, it's exciting to be able to go to the beach and take a walk, after work or even
Take Raisin for a walk.
Yeah.
That's my buddy. He loves it here. He's our mascot.
I love it.
He's so good too. His first animal on the podcast. He's
Yeah.
killing it right now.
Yeah.
Animal first lady. That's right.
It's kind of funny. I did say that joke to you. I was like, we should, when we were talking about going to the real estate office, and we were like, what could we do that's like unique? And I was like, oh, we should bring an animal with us. I'm like, yeah, it's a joke. Like I was joking. Yeah, I was like an iguana or something. Like pull up with
We
this.
just go to the pet store ahead of time.
Here, I brought a goldfish.
Yeah, because they were like, another loan officer brought an appraiser. I'm like, we can bring an appraiser or an iguana. I'm like, that'd be pretty.
Or something way more fun.
Yeah.
Let a couple snakes out.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So we typically we end the podcast with a win.
Okay.
When we have guests, we let them kind of run the show with the win.
Okay.
You have a couple wins. We talked about it ahead of time. What are we working with? What's your win? What are you excited about?
Okay, so I'm going to share 2 wins. One personal.
Wait, hold on. I want to hear this snort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what woke me up at 2:30 in the morning. This right here. You got this?
It's not my 2 young children. It's my
Okay.
snoring dog.
And I wake up at 5 so I can go to yoga. So I was not happy when I heard this at 2:30. So I'm going to share personal and professional.
All right, I love that.
professional.
Okay.
My personal win is really exciting. So we just had a woman move in with us last Friday, and she came from northern Italy, and she's going to live with us for a year. She is going to be taking some classes here and also helping us with our kids.
Cool.
So that'll allow me some time to focus on work and
Any help with kids? Is
yeah,
good.
yeah, and give my kids like a good cultural experience.
Yeah, that's gonna be super cool.
Yeah.
I was saying before the pod that they're gonna be fluent in Italian by the end
I
of the
hope
year because
so.
those kids are just like sponges. You just-
Yeah.
You try and learn in a different language now, forget it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's very
He's
cute.
actually pretty linguistic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know a
Yeah.
little
What do you
Italian,
speak?
Yeah, I speak. I wouldn't say I'm fluent in Italian. That's far from the truth. But I'm probably conversational. Like I can understand a lot more than I can speak. But I speak Spanish pretty fluently.
Oh nice.
Yeah.
A little
yeah.
Russian, a little Albanian. He's
Little
all over
Russian,
the
little
map.
Albanian. Yeah.
Do you really?
Little Arabic. Yeah.
That's great.
Little. I would like to put an emphasis on little. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I'm fluent. But yeah, no. Italian and Spanish are probably my 2
Oh, that's
best.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you can come over and say hi to Anna.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna go home actually and visit my family in August. So
Where's that?
Home.
home.
Where's home?
He acts like he.
Florence. I'm not from there. My uncle's from Florence.
Oh, nice.
So he moved here when I was like probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 when he married my aunt. So, and I go
that's awesome.
try and go visit my family over there as much as I can. But yeah.
Nice. I studied in Rome.
Did you?
Yeah.
You said that. That's nice.
Yeah, so that's we're coming full circle here.
yeah.
Enough about my
Yeah.
dumb stuff.
That's your personal.
That's your
Yeah,
personal?
and my professional is with next Friday. I have my best closing, so I'm representing a buyer and seller of my highest selling sale price ever of my career. So I feel like it's a good way to start the year. And
Yeah.
both clients are amazing. So it's like really nice to bring two great people together. So, well, three technically.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, aside from the sale, the money, all that stuff,
Yeah.
but like it just feels those
Yeah.
those ones where you're like, man, I'm so glad that
Yeah.
that worked out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
It's good.
And is it down here in Margate or is
It's
it
in North Wildwood.
North Wildwood? Nice, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
congratulations,
pumped
too.
about it. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a beachfront property. Yeah. Oddly enough, the buyer's grandmother grew up with my mom. Like it was just so
a lot of-
serendipitous.
yeah.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice
it was
one.
like good vibes. Yeah.
Very
great.
cool. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Anything? Well, we'll put your socials and everything.
Sure,
In,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
Anything else? You
Yeah,
wanna
I
add?
just thank you for having me. Thank
Yeah.
you for taking care of my clients.
Yeah.
Like you guys
Yeah, oh,
are
yeah.
awesome.
And your clients are always easy. It's
Yeah.
like you guys make it easy. So your team, just how organized they are, the back end, all the admin stuff. It's always
Same
fun.
to yours.
Yeah.
They're all awesome.
We try.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
I
We
think that,
appreciate
it does speak to a little bit like, working with family and having that culture within
Yeah.
your office, because you guys have similar to like what we have in our
Mm-hmm.
office. Like you've known Tom for a long time, family friends. My sister-in-law
Yeah.
works in the office. My dad works in the office. Tom's mom works in
Wait,
the
your
office.
dad works in the office?
He
did.
used to. Dan Strockbine. Shout out to
Oh,
Strockbine. He was a
what?
processor. He's a loan officer. But he retired in June.
He's your dad?
Yeah.
He's my dad.
Wait, why do you have different last names?
That's a whole thing. I'll give you
Is that a different
abridged-
podcast?
abridged version. My mom was a hippie and very strong-willed,
Okay.
so didn't take his name. She's
Ah.
like, I'm not taking your name.
Okay.
When they started having kids, they liked more Irish-sounding names, and Rory Strockbine didn't sound as good as Rory Farrell. So me and my three brothers all took my mom's name,
Interesting.
and my dad is so laid back. He's like, whatever, just whatever.
Well, if
Yeah.
you married a hippie, I can see him
Yeah.
being laid back.
Yeah.
So
That
that's
is Dan.
it's so funny because now my sister-in-law Courtney Farrell, who took my brother, our last name,
Right.
She works in the office, so that's obvious. But then
Right.
Dan Strockbine, who worked in the office for
Yeah.
forever, no one ever knew that we were.
I didn't know.
And I never told anyone until the settlement table when things went well and everyone was happy with Dan. I was like, oh yeah, that's my dad.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
So
There you go.
Nice.
yeah, but I think working with family and having that culture and having that respect and kind of working together like that on your
Yeah.
side and our side, it always works well.
Actually, fun
Yeah.
fact, I really didn't know Tom before I started working with him.
Oh, really?
no, but your family, like
Yeah.
you
Like
weren't random. You didn't come off the street and get hired.
True. Yes, I guess you could put it that way. Yeah. But I didn't know.
He did
Heavily
you a favor?
recruited.
Yeah. I did need the internship to graduate college, so that helped. But
He was
yeah, no.
heavily recruited out of Carbon County.
Shout out to 570. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
That's
Well,
awesome.
Yeah.
thank you for coming on. It's
Thanks
been
for having
fun. We're sitting in the office all day today doing a couple podcasts, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be stacked, and
You're
they'll
gonna
come
be-
out week over week. So
You need to get a driver.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
especially we did dry January, so these are all like
Oh.
basically our first beers. So.
I wouldn't. Don't give me that credit. I didn't.
Oh, yeah,
don't
you
say
did.
we. I got like 12 days in. But
You did half a month.
half a month. Yeah, and then I went on a ski trip, and that was about it.
Is it really a half?
That's like a moist
10 days.
January.
Yeah. Boy, that's a
I think
great
it's
way
a-
to put it.
Hey, clip that. Get that out on the socials.
I'm gonna clip that one.
Happy Friday. Cheers. Thank you, Jackie.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye, Raisin.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Ooh.
You want to try it?